Some of you don't understand. But the Bible says, think that we stand here and just entertain people. We're not here to entertain you. Just give the devil a foothold. You will understand who the devil is. Give him a foothold in your life. Then you'll know exactly how you can take hold of that foot. Not that foot alone. Take hold of the whole body. Your mind, your spirit, everything that you own. You become like a mad person. It makes you to become, a laughing stock. But so that look to this one who used to believe God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So men came under the satanic dominion. Romans 6 verse 16. Bible says, to whom you yield, that's what it says, to whom you yield your life, that person gains authority over your life. Now, Satan, he never ruled through dominion of life. He ruled through dominion of death. If you try to tamper with the devil always rules with the dominion of death. We go to just forget about that. Matthew 4. Now we go to Matthew 4, verse 8 and 9. And read that quickly. Matthew 4, verse 8 and 9. Verse 8 and 9, yes.
Again, the devil took him up on an exceedingly high mountain.
It's Jesus after a 40-day fast. Then the devil came to tempt him. Simple, if you're going to be reading that, scripture is going to tell you that. He was hungry, was tempted about his poverty, because poverty is a spirit. And I said that in this church also. You see, poverty is a twin brother of greatness. And that spirit is very dangerous. It doesn't matter how educated you are, how much money you can collect. It will remain with you up until it has been dealt with. Person suffering with the spirit of poverty will, when he has money, he wants to be known by others that I have money. You don't have to be known. Nobody, is supposed to just go to, your money belongs to you. And the spirit of poverty will never be satisfied. Spirit of poverty will always boast because you want people to understand. That's why some people, you see in their clothes, then the fact that they have money, you can see it in their clothes. There's nothing wrong with that. We need to be dressed up and dressed up properly. But the difference, because if you want to make up yourself through clothes, that's why you've not discovered your identity. That's why our people, once they have one tender, they buy houses in Santin, there in that. Then you look at this person, this life is not supposed to be there. One mistake in life, you go down back to a foreign house. Because you have not allowed yourself to develop. It was through the spirit of poverty. You had a show off. Spirit of poverty, it's about things. So that's how the devil never made. He started in that area with Jesus. Says you're hungry. And 40 days is not an easy thing. So when you're hungry, just change. Jesus had an ability to change those stones. Some of the things that we need to be careful, it's not because God cannot do those things, but we need to be careful about the motive behind. Some of the things, they just don't happen. It's motives. Check the motives when you're about to do something. Once.
And the devil showed him all the kingdoms of the world.
Of the world.
And their glory.
And the what?
And he said to him, all these things I will give you if you will fall down and worship me.
Once, I want this whole house to understand. He showed him what?
All the kingdoms of the world.
What are the kingdoms? Kingdom of South Africa, Kingdom of Kenya, Kingdom of Britain, Kingdom of Germany, Kingdom of America. He said, he showed all of them. And their what?
And their glory.
And, and their GDPs. He said, look at the GDP of America, South Africa, and their glories, their riches. The word glory is original from riches. When's the Ichabod? The glory of the Lord has left. I'm not there. But he showed them everything, their treasuries. He said, this is how they are looking like. You will be in one day a king, and you'll have authority over the rest of all these kingdoms. That's what we're busy with now. We're not fighting against anything now. The spirit of Antichrist, which in principle, it is ruling the world. How our children have become globalized, you don't know. You can take your child, a 6-year-old, go with that child to America. It fits there quickly. Because the world has changed. For a purpose. It says, all this kingdom. So, just one thing I need. Calm down. Put your knees down. And pay homage to me. Sell your birthright. That's why I speak to girls, some of them, and young men. They decide to leave the church. I said, you cannot sell your body because of a passing meal. You cannot just allow to go and sleep for and having sold your birthright. Be proud of yourself. And pay homage to the Take everything that is because of the flesh. Because your investment is in the flesh. Listen to me, Bazan. Both the flesh and the spirit. If you invest with the spirit, the likelihood is that your riches will be able to travel through generations. We're still talking about Abraham, one man, but the Jews are controlling the wealth of this world. Through one promise, a spiritual promise. Not a promise of a tender, not a promise of what and what, but a spiritual principle. Promise will always keep you from generation to generations. Your name will be remembered, forever remembered. Your name will be mentioned within the next generations that are coming after you. Because of you being principled. And said, I'm not paying homage to the devil. Understanding that my authority does not come from the devil. Therefore, the devil has no right of promising me with anything. Everything that you receive from the hands of the devil is short-lived. Tempting Jesus it proved satanic dominion, that the dominion was already, in his hands. The devil tempted Jesus by offering him dominion. That if we understand that Jesus, the next phrase, Jesus, he did buy back man's dominion. It was in his hands. He robbed it from man, but Jesus bought back the dominion that was originally meant for us. Yes, when we talk these things, even the spirit of lust does not have dominion. Lust is different from sexual passion to your partner. Maybe you'll hear that from other people. Sexual relationship and passion is different from having a lust. A lust will always remain lust. And there will never be a remedy for lust. Up until Christ comes into your heart and you have dominion over your own body. Maybe you don't want to hear that.